Hello everyone, this is Ethan Dragon, and welcome back to another episode of Fire Emblem Heroes. Here we are at the end of the season here, way past tier 28. Well, I guess not past tier 28, but well inside tier 28. And of course it was just an easy week for us to get back in because we have both bonus mythics and legendary promise bonus, so you know things are gonna go alright. So the first replay was a classic, can't actually play the replay. Who knows what that exactly was. But here for our defense, again, we're just merge plonking. We have plus 10 lift and plus 10 Duma. So the most we can possibly lose on defense is 20 lift. And of course we have Harmonized Roy here for the buffing. Duma for his usual Duma shenanigans, Legendary Nana for some kill power, and then Lift just to be there. Funny enough, because Legendary Crom is bonus, he gets plus 10 HP, which is too much for him to get infantry pulse by Olivia, so I kinda just didn't care. Because at the end of the day, Legendary Crom is picking up kills, it's because he didn't die, and not every single end turn unit runs guard, so that's enough for us to guarantee getting Deadeye up on the following attack. So I didn't really care too much. Plus, Legendary Crown doesn't have a guaranteed follow-up attack, so there's that problem as well. But here our opponent just decides to go for a super risky hit and run. Pays out, except for the fact that Legendary Nana gets to obliterate Legendary Faye because Life Unending doesn't work against Land Sword, so that's a rip for them. And that's all we need. That's the thing about our Merge Plonk defense, is we only need one kill to prevent any lift loss, but of course it's totally feasible for the average player to full clear defense as long as they have a check for Legendary Crom. That's pretty much it. And here you can tell that Legendary Crom is doing a little bit of damage because Legendary Quad still took 22 damage. If only we had Deadeye up, feels bad, man, but what can you do? Of course, either way, they could use Naga, for example, to take out Legendary Crom. Especially since she's already damaged from Duma Upheaval plus memes. Anti-synergy is amazing, Kefla. So. Overall, anyways, going to offense. We did perfectly fine this week. There was just one match where we boosted the sacked unit when we shouldn't have. So that was that. Other than that, the entire season was pretty trivial. We definitely did use a good amount of Volt Power, but we also used plenty of other shenanigans, like our Legendary Crom to change fate memes, but here Naga's unable to take out Saros despite having remix power of sorts, so that's a rip. Yeah, Legendary Crom did pretty well this season. Reagan also pretty solid. There was absolutely no Kanto control. It's just one of those skills that are so rare that until it becomes common, we don't have to worry about it. But because of how IS Intelligent Systems is essentially pushing the Kanto agenda, it's definitely a super high priority skill going forward, just because units like Duo Nino can just casually go all the way back to where she came from. Yeah, that kind of Kanto is way too powerful to not tech against with Kanto control. Speaking of Duo Nina, I actually did free summon her. She is minus speed, I think plus HP minus speed. I genuinely do not care about IVs because most of her utility is in that hidden run. One of her big problems, of course, is she doesn't have any way to consistently double the enemy. You have I mean, wary fighter is unheard of in B slot for the average meta unit these days, but they're just gonna hit end turn here, totally reasonable. The biggest threat is of course going to be Legendary Nana against what's his name? Is it? This is not Fallen. I don't remember. I don't remember which alt banner he's from. 0 out of 10, or seasonal banner, I should say. But of course, he kind of has a pretty solid defense stat, so I'll leave it as an exercise for the viewer if Legendary Nana can actually one-round KO him, assuming that near safe proxy. That's the more likely scenario. But anyways, of course, Legendary Crom survives his first Hector, which just means that they're better off and we aren't, because of course that burns the dance, which is the most important thing here. Is going to do classic 0 times 2. It's not like he's ever going to do that much. He's just there for herd bonking on defense this week.
I will rend you asunder.
So that's cool. And of course, the healing that Robin gets here from his weapon, Moonstrike Breath, is definitely solid. But of course, Legendary Nana doesn't get to attack, which is definitely a problem for us. They're gonna attack with Elamine. It honestly does not matter if they do. They just do it because they can, I suppose. Because of course Summer Cloud's gonna absolutely obliterate her, there's no question about that. And unfortunately, Duma's damage reduction is unfortunately not a thing when the proc conditions are not met, which is kind of a problem.
Your candy now.
I don't think he would have survived anyways. It would have been pretty close. I didn't do the damage test on that one. So, I guess that's
summer
here,
memories.
but it wouldn't have happened anyways. There's no ally from 2 spaces for Baronis. Now it's just Ceros versus the world. Obviously, this is never going to go well for us. They don't have a dancer though, so the best they can do is pick up 1 ether structure. I guess that's technically a win for us, but not really. But yeah, as you saw there, our team is not particularly good against end turn. It's basically Legendary Nana or bust. He's generally the only unit on the team that can feasibly pick up the kill. Just because, of course, how she is with her kids. Here they're just gonna hit end turn with Summer Edelgard because they're far safe support, bonus doubler. Of course, there's lull tech defense on Legendary Crom, so it doesn't care about any attack or defense field buffs. But of course, Fallen Rhea has her damage reduction through Dragon Wall, but even with her special, not enough to pick up the kill, so of course we all know what's going to happen. Absolute obliteration. And this is where the bonus stats from Legendary Crom come into play. Definitely beneficial for us, not for them. Of course here, Summer Edelgard, 2 shots left. I would hope she would do that. Otherwise that would be very sad. Yeah, I don't know what to think about Summer Edelgard. She's somehow before, like, I definitely knew to people about that she wasn't very. She definitely is very strong, but the problem is she's not strong enough, which is pretty ridiculous. She's basically the epitome of Fallen Edelgard 2.0, fixing some things that Fallen Edelgard had problems with, and then reverting back on others. So it's like 1 step forward and 1 step back. You basically end up where you started. I don't know what to think about it. So, yeah, I don't know. And the other thing, of course, is she's a seasonal unit on a summer banner. So, of course, the average player is not going to max her out. And if you don't max her out, you definitely lose out on a lot. since she has most of the time a brave weapon. Getting an extra 4 attack from max merges is huge. Of course, she's also pretty bulky, being a pretty late gen armor unit. So the extra +4 to HP and some res are also helpful. And unironically, the +4 speed is useful in some instances, but for the average player, it's not going to matter that much. And while here, Lift is going to do a decent amount of damage, but I mean, Lift, he's never going to pick up the 1-round KO. And once again, we have the Yanfei up against Legendary Crom, and he's able to pick up the 1-round KO thanks to Ether. But now Legendary Nana is up against Halloween Murray. We all know how this goes. Here we go again. It's always Legendary Nana picking up kills, not a surprise. Ult tower going down. Of course, Harmonized Roy is purely there for buffing reasons. Of course, he doesn't actually buff everyone. We do run dragons on our team, so it's kind of a problem, but we don't worry about that. Well, here, of course, Legendary Nana is going to move first again, so that's just a free kill on Naga, not even close. But she can't even one-shot Naga.
Allow me to assist.
That's totally Naga remix definitely. Definitely also bonus stats. Naga bonus stats this week was pretty solid. She could tank some hits, she could nuke some units. She definitely did nuke some units though for sure, which is a nice change of pace. Because back before Remix, she didn't have any dealt damage sources or anything. It was just her raw attack stat, which could potentially be boosted by allies within 2 spaces with dragon effectiveness. So she was definitely not that good back then. Now she can at least nuke some units. I had her nuke a Brave Elwood, just a 1-shot. Plenty of 1-shots. She doesn't frequently take counters too well. There was one matchup against I think it was Summer Edelgard with, is it Glimmer? It might have been Glimmer. I highly doubt it was Ruptured Sky. There's no way that Naga would have survived Ruptured Sky. But once again, Legendary Crom doesn't die, and that's all he cares for. Again, the lack of guard on people's tanks allows this to happen in the first place. But again, we're also not in vaults, so that's another thing. I imagine if we were in vaults, we would definitely lose a lot more with it. We're merge plonking, we don't really care. Then we go again with Legendary Nana going first. The simple only unit with no assist. Shenanigan. We go nuke Naga again.
Such power.
Naga remix is nowhere near enough for her to survive Legendary Nana. You would have to do a lot of meme shenanigans to get Naga to survive that. And well, surprisingly, this is our spoilers last replay so far. Not very many replays this week. Doesn't help that A, we're not in Vault, B, we rush climb, so by the time we get to the ultra high scores in tier 28, it's just like we only face other players who can go that high up tier 28 as early as we do in the league, so fuck it. Here, presumably they were planning to use their safe defense for turn 1 snipe down, but then they just left the Shara in range, so it can Kanto out with Yuri, but obviously this is not going to go well, and anything following that afterwards. In fact, Legendary Crom would take out Yuri next after getting Dance, so that definitely would not be good. And with that, as you can see here, unable to replay, and we lost our 20 lift here. Don't care, because we're just trying to get back into vaults. And overall, of course, we're never going to be top 10k in this day and age of Ether raids if you're not If you're not in vault, you can't make top 10k. That's just how it is. So, Ripperoni. The main loss is the Divine Codes Part 3, because you do lose a considerable amount every week that you're not in vaults. It adds up across the whole year or so when you're bouncing around versus reasonably consistently staying in vault. It's a huge difference. Anyways, of course, we've already seen Resonant Battles, easily going back up to Interval 19. Allegiance Battles, of course, it's Earth season, so we're plonking with our highest scoring team. I actually didn't put the Distant Counter Dragon Seal on Duma because it doesn't matter. It doesn't change our scoring any bit, and besides, our A slot would be something weird. Our only options are Fury 4 and Fury 4, or of course Distant Counter if we want to run double Distant Counter. Pog. Of course, because of Seal Defense Res 4 or 3, Seal Defense Res 3 on Duonina, and or was it Chill Defense Res? Gosh darn it. It's Chill Defense Res 3. I always think it's Seal, but it's Chill. And of course, the Distant Counter Dragon Seal. Scoring has definitely gone up. The new maximum possible score on defense is 770. I did run into one this week, so I know it exists. Of course, I believe it only exists outside of Arena because I'm pretty sure in Arena, when you're getting matched up with folks, you have to be up against a team with a bonus unit here. So the best scoring, but well, actually, wait, no, I think 770 is possible this week. I'm thinking about next week. Sorry, I was thinking about next week because it's Bjorn bonus and water season. So you all know what we're doing. We're plonking on score left and right. Unfortunately, we don't have our plus 10 Milla yet, so we're gonna suffer on scoring in that respect, but it doesn't matter anyways, actually. Having Milla, I guess, actually, we could run Distant Counter Dragons on. Interesting. But Arena Assault, we once again tie our personal best, a one and done run kind of deal. We goofed our first couple of runs because we weren't really thinking, and then I sat down to actually think, and it was perfectly fine. So, again, the main threats this season, always Duo Crom. Not any close salvo set, or there was one with close counter. I was like, what are you doing? I can just melee this Crom because he doesn't have the extra attack with Deadeye. So, I don't know what to think about Duo Crom and Arena Assault Plus going forward. He's always a threat, especially with low attack defense. It's incredibly hard to one-shot him if you don't have a bunch of tech units. So that's always going to be a problem for us. At the very least, though, we can deal with him. There's no counterattack shenanigans. I even used Legendary Alm against one of them because, of course, Legendary Alm's remix definitely helps him out against Duo Crom by a considerable margin. But other than that, of course, Summoner Duels hasn't updated. Binding Worlds, definitely a perfectly fine mode. It's just a casual mode to have fun with super high level stat inflated units. So right now I have just a bunch of placeholder units. My goal is to get units to level 99. It is possible all my units to level 99. It's technically possible, but it requires good RNG. The idea, as far as I understand it, is the level of units you see when you plop one of your units on the portals is plus or minus, I think, like 2 levels from your highest level unit. That's how we got this level 81 Sayri. Is I had wait, how did I get level 81? It might be plus or minus 3. I don't know. Yeah, because we had Legendary not at level 78 when we got her. So We only have 6 days left and we have no more binding torches, so we only get 18 more runs. And if you can only level up once for the same unit you have. If you flop them and essentially keep the unit, you can only level up once. So we can get Sayori to level 99 here, but we're gonna try to keep rolling into a higher level unit. We'll probably roll away Zelgius for hopefully like, I don't know, level 83, level 84 unit. So we're gonna try to climb to level 99 that way rather than individually leveling up units. I had to just individually level up Legendary Nano, I think 15, 18 times. I don't, what was it, 12 times? I don't don't remember the exact number. I just wanted to get her to max attack, visible attack. We can't get any higher than that. Technically speaking, if she got to level 99 somehow, there's no way for her to even get to max speed. I would need to actually ascend her speed trait to be able to get 99 speed as well. But I mean, it's just a goofball mode where you can have fun, get tons of rewards along the way. Plenty of dragon flowers. I believe someone said there was like 600. Seems about right given what I vaguely glanced over here. So that's cool. You can get +5 dragon flowers on tree unit. So expensive. But anyways, enough rambling. We'll be back when the results drop in.